Hi viewers, welcome back again to one more other lecture session from this channel. So in this lecture session we will be studying regarding role of microbes in the production of certain industrial products like antibiotics, organic acids, enzymes and as well as bioactive molecules in detail. So here production of antibiotics by the uses of microbes is one of the greatest discovery which was ever made in the early 20th century. So here the term antibiotic it was derived from two Greek words and these include anti and the other one is biotic. So just if you look at here, the meaning of anti is nothing but what opposite and the meaning of biotic is nothing but what which is having life. So here antibiotics these are the chemical substances which are responsible for inhibiting the growth of disease causing pathogens. So here in our day to day life here we can observe many of the antibiotics and the first ever antibiotic which was discovered here it was nothing but what antibiotic penicillin. So here the antibiotic penicillin for the very first time it was discovered by Alexander Fleming. So once when Alexander Fleming and as well as his colleagues when they were working on Staphylococcus bacteria, one day unexpectedly Alexander Fleming he noticed that many of the Staphylococcus bacteria which were present on the surface of unwashed cultured plate they were unable to move towards a specific mode. Is it clear? So let me show it on the board. So let us assume it is the unwashed cultured plate. So here on the surface of unwashed cultured plate many of the Staphylococcus bacteria they were present here. So here all these were nothing but what? The Staphylococcus bacteria, right? So these Staphylococcus bacteria which were present on the surface of unwashed cultured plate they were unable to move towards a specific mold. So here it is nothing but what? The particular mold, right? So why the particular Staphylococcus bacteria which were present on the surface of unwashed cultured plate they were unable to move towards the particular mold here? Because the particular mold it secretes a specific chemical substance termed as penicillin. Because of the secretion of a specific chemical substance termed as penicillin, all the Staphylococcus bacteria they were unable to move towards the particular mold. Is it clear? So let me write it on the board. Antibiotics are the chemical substances which are responsible for inhibiting the growth of disease causing pathogens. Right? So the first ever antibiotic which was discovered here it was nothing but what? Penicillin. It was the first antibiotic which was discovered by Alexander Fleming. So here the particular mold which is responsible for regulating the production of a specific chemical substance termed as penicillin in later days here it was named as what? Penicillium notatum. So here Penicillium notatum it is the specific mold which is responsible for regulating the production of a specific chemical substance termed as penicillin. So here though the particular antibiotic penicillin for the very first time it was discovered by Alexander Fleming, but the effectiveness or the full potential of the antibiotic penicillin it came into existence by the successful collaboration work of some of the other pathologists like Howard Florey and as well as Ernest Chen. So here on behalf of the discovery these people they have awarded with Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1945. So here the antibiotic penicillin it was most commonly used to treat many of the soldiers who were injured in the Second World War. So here after the successful existence of the antibiotic penicillin, then after in later years, some more other antibiotics they came into existence. So here what are the various antibiotics which came into existence here? So here some of the antibiotics like tetracycline, erythromycin and as well as chloramphenicol. So let me arrange the things here. So here some of the common antibiotics which were discovered in later years, they include tetracycline. Is it clear? Tetracycline, erythromycin and as well as chloramphenicol. So let me write it here. Tetracycline, erythromycin, and the other one is chloramphenicol. So here the microbial source for all these antibiotics, it is not at all same. So if we consider tetracycline, so here the microbial source for the tetracycline, here it is nothing but what? Streptomyces aureofaciens. Is it clear? Streptomyces aureofaciens. In the same way, the microbial source for the erythromycin, here it is nothing but what? Streptomyces erythrians. So let me write it here. Streptomyces erythrians. In the same way, if we consider the microbial source for the chloramphenicol, here it is nothing but what? Streptomyces venugilae. Streptomyces venugilae. So here these antibiotics which are most commonly isolated from all these microbial sources, they are most commonly used to treat many of the life-threatening diseases. So here what are the various diseases which can be successfully cured by taking the advantage of these antibiotics here? So here some of the common diseases they include diphtheria. Is it clear? Diphtheria, leprosy, plague, ricketsy, and even whooping cough. So here all these are the common diseases which can be successfully cured by taking the advantage of all these antibiotics. So here today we cannot imagine our life without the assistance of antibiotics. So here usage of antibiotics, it has become a part in everyday's life. Is it clear? So then after we will be studying regarding role of microbes in the production of organic acids, enzymes and as well as bioactive molecules. So let me arrange the things here. So here, in addition to the antibiotic production, even the particular microbes, they are also responsible for regulating the production of some of the organic acids here. So here, what are the various organic acids which can be successfully produced by taking the advantage of microbes here? Some of the organic acids, they include lactic acid. Is it clear? So let me write it here. Lactic acid. And the other one is acetic acid. And the other organic acid, here it is nothing but what? Butyric acid. And the other one is citric acid. So here the microbial source for all these organic acids, it is not at all same. So if we consider the microbial source for the lactic acid, here it is nothing but what? Lactobacillus. In the same way, the microbial source for the acetic acid, here it is nothing but what? Acetobacter. In the same way, the microbial source for the butyric acid, here it is nothing but what? Clostridium butyricum. And the microbial source for the citric acid, here it is nothing but what? Aspergillus niger. So in addition to the organic acid production, even the particular microbes, they are also responsible for regulating the production of many of the enzymes here. So here what are the various enzymes which can be successfully manipulated by taking the advantage of microbes here? Some of the common enzymes they include lipases. Is it clear? Lipases. Lipases and even some of the degradative enzymes. Degradative enzymes can be produced by microbes. So here these particular lipase enzymes, they are most commonly responsible for removing the oil stains which are present on the surface of the clothes here. In order to remove the oil stains which are present on the surface of the clothes, most commonly the particular lipase enzyme it is responsible. And in addition to this, even some of the degradative enzymes they can be successfully produced by taking the advantage of microbes here. So here in order to understand this particular concept, here we need to take the advantage of one of the common observation in our day-to-day life. So let me show it here. So here let us be assume it as the homemade mango juice. Is it clear? And here it is homemade orange juice. So let me write it here. So here it is nothing but what? Homemade mango juice. And here it is homemade orange juice. Then in the same way, let us be consider commercially available Maaza drink. Is it clear? Commercially available Maaza drink. Then in the same way, let us be consider commercially available pulpy orange. So let me write it here. Maaza and the other one is pulpy orange. So if we consider here, in comparison with homemade mango juice and as well as homemade orange juice, here commercially available Maaza and as well as commercially available pulpy orange, they remain so clear. So here why the particular Maaza and as well as pulpy orange, they remain so clear in comparison with homemade mango juice and as well as homemade orange juice here, because the commercially available drinks, they are successfully subjected by taking the advantage of specific degradative enzymes. So here some of the degradative enzymes like pectinases and as well as proteases. So here pectinase, it is the specific enzyme which is responsible for degrading the pectin which is present in case of the cell wall of the plants. Then in the same way, proteases are the enzymes which are responsible for degrading the nature of proteins. Is it clear? So here these specific degradative enzymes, they are successfully subjected in case of commercially available Maaza and as well as commercially available pulpy orange. So the reason why in comparison with homemade mango juice and as well as homemade orange juice, here commercially available Maaza and as well as commercially available pulpy orange, they remain so clear. Is it clear? And in addition to this, even the particular microbes, they are also responsible for regulating the production of some of the other enzymes like streptokinase. So let me write it here. Streptokinase. Streptokinase, it is the specific enzyme which is most commonly isolated from a specific microbial source termed as Streptococcus. 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 So here these specific enzymes which are most commonly isolated from the specific microbial source like Streptococcus, they play an important role in eradicating the blood clots from the blood vessels. In order to remove or in order to eradicate the blood clots from the blood vessels, specific enzymes like streptokinase, they play an important role. So here the particular microbes, they are not only responsible for regulating the enzyme production, even the particular microbes, they also play an important role in regulating the production of many of the bioactive molecules. So here what are the various bioactive molecules which can be successfully produced by taking the advantage of microbes here? So some of the common bioactive molecules like cyclosporin A. So let me write it here. Cyclosporin A. Cyclosporin A, it is an immunosuppressive agent. Immunosuppressive agent. Immunosuppressive agent. So here the microbial source for the cyclosporin A, here it is nothing but what? Trichoderma polysporum. Trichoderma polysporum. So here the particular cyclosporin A, it acts as an immunosuppressive agent. So here what is the role of immunosuppressive agent here? As the name itself suggests, these particular immunosuppressive agents, they are responsible for suppressing the immune system. That means, let us we assume an individual is having one organ failure. So here in order to replace the failure organ, here we need to subject one transplanted organ from donor. So once when a specific foreign organ, once when it is successfully subjected into an individual's body, in some cases, the immune system of the body, it may reject the foreign organ. So here in order to overcome the problem, most commonly surgeons, they take the advantage of specific immunosuppressive agents or the immunosuppressive drugs. So here these specific immunosuppressive agents or the immunosuppressive drugs, they are responsible for suppressing the immune system. Is it clear? So some of the immunosuppressive agents like cyclosporin A and even rapamycin. So let me write it here. Rapamycin. So here these are the specific bioactive molecules which are most commonly responsible for regulating the suppression of the immune system. Is it clear? And in addition to this, even the particular microbes, they are also responsible for regulating the production of some of the chemical substances like statins. So here the particular statin, it acts as a competitive inhibitor in case of the cholesterol biosynthetic pathway. So here in order to understand how the particular statin, it acts as a competitive inhibitor of the cholesterol biosynthetic pathway, let me show it on the board. So let me arrange the things first. So here, in addition to the above mentioned bioactive molecules, even the particular microbes, they also play an important role in regulating the production of specific chemical substances like statins here. So let me write it here, statin. So here the microbial source for the statin, here it is nothing but what? Monoschus purpureus. Monoschus purpureus. So here the particular statin, it acts as a competitive inhibitor of cholesterol biosynthetic pathway. Is it clear? The particular statin, which is most commonly isolated from a specific microbial source termed as Monoschus purpureus, it acts as competitive inhibitor of cholesterol biosynthetic pathway. So let me write it here. Competitive inhibitor. Competitive inhibitor of cholesterol biosynthetic pathway. Cholesterol biosynthetic pathway. So here in order to understand how the particular statin, it acts as competitive inhibitor of cholesterol biosynthetic pathway, at first let us have a look on cholesterol biosynthetic pathway so that easily we can understand how the particular statin, it acts as competitive inhibitor of cholesterol biosynthetic pathway here. So initially, two molecules of acetyl-CoA, they undergo condensation here. Two molecules of acetyl-CoA, they undergo condensation in the presence of an enzyme termed as thiolase. So let me write it here. Thiolase. So here acetyl-CoA, it is a 2-carbon compound, right? So once when two molecules of acetyl-CoA, once when they undergo condensation in the presence of an enzyme termed as thiolase, it leads to the formation of a 4-carbon compound termed as acetoacetyl coenzyme A. So let me write it here. Acetyl coenzyme A. Now here acetoacetyl coenzyme A in the presence of an enzyme termed as HMG-CoA synthase, it leads to the formation of a 6-carbon compound. Is it clear? HMG-CoA synthase. It leads to the formation of a 6-carbon compound termed as HMG-CoA. So here HMG-CoA, it stands for what? Beta hydroxy beta methyl glutarate coenzyme A. It is simply abbreviated as what? HMG-CoA. It is a 6-carbon compound. Now here HMG-CoA in the presence of an enzyme termed as HMG-CoA reductase. Is it clear? HMG-CoA in the presence of an enzyme termed as HMG-CoA reductase. Now here it is capable to induce the production of a specific compound termed as malonate. HMG-CoA reductase. So here the particular enzyme, it takes the advantage of 2 molecules of NADPH. So let me write it here. 2 molecules of NADPH. So here HMG-CoA reductase, it is the specific enzyme which is responsible for the conversion of HMG-CoA into malonate. Now here malonate, in turn, it is responsible for inducing the production of cholesterol. Now, so here we need to understand how the particular statin, it acts as competitive inhibitor of cholesterol biosynthetic pathway. So here let us assume HMG-CoA reductase enzyme. HMG-CoA reductase, right? Let me write it here. HMG-CoA reductase. So here to the active site of the HMG-CoA reductase, when a specific substrate termed as HMG-CoA, once when it successfully binds here, HMG-CoA reductase, it is capable to convert HMG-CoA into malonate. So let me write it here. HMG-CoA, right? HMG-CoA, it successfully converts into malonate. But here, as I have already mentioned you, once when the concentration of the particular inhibitor, when it remains successfully higher in comparison with the concentration of the substrate, under such condition, the active site of the enzyme, it shows higher affinity to bind within specific chemical substance termed as inhibitor. So once when the particular inhibitor termed as statin, once when it successfully binds to the active site of the enzyme, here the activity of the HMG-CoA reductase, it successfully inhibits here. Is it clear? Once when the concentration of a specific chemical substance termed as statin, when it remains successfully higher in comparison with the specific chemical substance termed as HMG-CoA, the active site of the enzyme, it shows higher affinity in order to bind with a specific chemical substance termed as inhibitor, which is nothing but what? Statin. So once when the particular statin, when it successfully binds to the active site of the HMG-CoA reductase, under such condition, the activity of the particular enzyme, it successfully inhibits here. So in this way, the particular statin, it acts as competitive inhibitor of the cholesterol biosynthetic pathway here. So here this is regarding role of microbes in the production of antibiotics, organic acids, enzymes, and as well as bioactive molecules. And in the next upcoming video session, we will be studying regarding role of microbes in regulating the sewage treatment. Is it clear? So here I hope that this video will help you a lot. So if you like this video, just hit the like button and share it to your friends.